this is what we call a multiple angle problem. And when you guys are doing a problem like this, what I want you to do is totally forget that there's that 3 inside of here. The biggest mistake that students want to do is they want to try to divide that out, all right? Which is not going to be the case. The one thing I want you guys to remember, if I was to graph this, what is that 3 going to affect? Not the amplitude, the period. It's going to affect the period, right? Now remember, if I'm asking you to find something between 0 and 2 pi, and now our period is affected, this is going to be something that's going to change our solutions and what they're going to look like, all right? So first of all, though, let's just solve it. We'll get to the difficult stuff when we need to get to it. So therefore, this is going to be tan of 3x equals plus or minus the square root of 3, all right? So now we need to say, all right, well, based on the unit circle here, when is tangent equal to square root of 3 over 3? Well, there's really 2 angles we can determine this between, pi over 6 and pi over 3. Does anybody know off the top of the head which one is it? Pi over 3. But I'll go and show you why that's the case. Remember that tangent represents your point of y over x. So for pi over 6, if I do my y over x, I have 1/2 divided by square root of 3 over 2. Okay? When simplifying that, I'm left with 1 over the square root of 3, rationalize the denominator, and I'm left with square root of 3 over 3. Right? So pi over 6 doesn't work. But when I do pi over 3, then I take square root of 3 over 2. It doesn't really equal them, but square root of 3 divided by 1/2. Now those divide out, and I'm just left with the square root of 3. So it works for pi. That's pi over 3. It also works for 2 pi over 3. When I reflect that down, if that's pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 3, that's going to be 4 pi over 3. And then we have 5 pi over 3. All right, so my solutions right now is what you can say is 3x equals pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 3 pi over 3, or I'm sorry, 4 pi over 3, and 5 pi over 3. Okay. Now, what's nice about these, though, if I was going to find all my solutions, because I think I forgot to ask you, in this one, it's asking us to find all the solutions. So if I look at this, I notice that my pi over 3 and my 4 pi over 3, those are just pi away from each other. So I can simplify this as 3x equals pi over 3 plus pi r. Because if I add pi to my pi over 3, that takes me to my next solution, 5 pi over 3, or 4 pi over 3. So therefore, I'm just not going to rewrite this. Those two are going to be, those two are written in this case. And then I can also write 3x equals 2 pi over 3. And if you look at the answer 2 pi over 3, if I just add pi to that, that takes me to 5 pi over 3. And then if I add 5 to 5 pi over 3, that takes me back to 2 pi over 3. So I can also write 3x equals 2 pi over 3 plus pi r. OK? But we're not done yet. So now we still need to solve for x. All right? So to solve for x, what I'm simply going to do now is just divide by 3. Therefore, my final answer is x equals pi over 9 plus pi over 3r. And here, x equals 2 pi over 9 plus pi over 3r. OK? And that would be your final solution.